to the cloud. Okay, so once again, hi everybody. Today is Thursday, July 30th.
It's the 30th.
30th. Wow,
Yeah.
God, my days. We are doing a great new project today called, oh my God, Accordion Sketchbook Explorations with Kaylee Davis. And I'm going to turn it over to her and enjoy the process, just like you guys. So go ahead, Kaylee, and I will spotlight your face for now. And then when you're ready, let me know when to spotlight the demo, okay?
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me?
Yep.
So I am going to screen share the accordion book presentation. All right, so I taught this at the TPA conference, and it's kind of set up for that because I had a bunch of people while I was doing that. This is my information, and you can find that. I'm not going to delete that. That way, if anybody wants to email me, they can. And then the person at the bottom is who originally came up with the accordion book. This one is not like all the other accordion books on the internet. It is a little bit different, and I prefer it this way, and my kids usually prefer it this way when we start talking about it, because you can open up the book to multiple pages at a time, and it's always kind of like a mystery of which one's going to open up to. So they really like just the guessing game of that. These are some of the requirements I have for the kids. I know this is just for us, but I wanted to put it in there and keep it in there in case you wanted to use it. I use Strathmore 300 or 400 series watercolor paper. Usually 300 series is fine, and it's easier for the kids to fold. And then I use 22 by 30, which is quite big, but it gives the kids a lot of room to work, and it becomes like an actual personal sketchbook. So I find that when I work bigger with the kids, they really enjoy it because they feel like it's their own property that they created. These are some of my requirements they have to have in the book throughout the process, and I'll go through those. I kind of talk about where accordion books originated, and all of that. You're more than welcome to read through that. And then I set up my room in stations so that kids at any point, or you at any point while you're working on this book, can use whatever you like. And I have the directions on here. I'm just going to go over this because we're going to do it together, but I do have the directions on here for later if you want to make another one. And then usually I have kids pick a theme. If you just want to make it your personal sketchbook and that's that, then you're more than welcome to. But here are some like examples, drawings using pencil sharp crayons, Prismacolor. Here are some of my kids working on them. We've got collage, watercolor, and we talk about different techniques with watercolor. These are some of the favorites, and I'm gonna, and then the paper marbling. The paper marbling, that set actually is cheapest on Blick right now. Usually it's Amazon. I think on Amazon it's only like $1 more right now. But that paper marbling kit is amazing. And I've had lots of teachers come back and say thanks for just saying get that one instead, because it's awesome. The colors are a lot more vibrant and it lasts forever. And I'll have a kit last me almost 2 years. So that's awesome. The bubbles, if you're looking at the bubbles, those are just for fun if you ever want to do this on your own, and I love doing it because bubbles are amazing. All you have to do is take liquid watercolor, put it in a bowl, and then you have to put maybe watercolor, and then add some water to it, just enough to fill up the bowl a little bit, and then some Dawn soap, mix it together, and then take a straw and start blowing bubbles. And I do this with my kids, and you can see here's into a drawing. Talk about calligraphy. Sewing is a lot of fun. This was my personal sketchbook last year. And then on the one page, you can see the paper marbling. And then I did some lines out here, but this is sewn. That front page with the purple lines is all sewn into the book.
Kaylee, are you using your sound on your phone?
Yes, I am. The computer one was.
Okay, because we're having trouble hearing you when you are leaning forward.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. I talk about cutouts and add-ins, and a lot of times I'll have students that will sew in extra pages so that they have extra pages of book when they run out. And I've had people do the cutouts where they add things, and that's just an example. So that's just a quick PowerPoint.
These are great.
How do you spotlight the other one?
Okay. Spotlighting there.
Okay. So here is one of my sketchbooks. You can see the bubbles. And this is a paper marbling on just a paper that I did. And then here are just like, you can see the book opens up in all different ways. And you can see like this page was sewn in and added to it.
Great idea.
Watercolor, collage. I think I've got, okay, so this page has the paper marbling as well. And I made it so that it opens up to an extra page. So just different ideas I give the kids when they're their book. So you can see here's the outside. You can use scrapbook paper for your cover. We were talking about using fabric earlier. You just have to be careful with fabric if it's thin to use probably double-sided tape instead. Or you could use just regular old paper, like I've just got some pink paper, and the kids do like to draw on top of it as well. So for our book, any size paper will work. I usually, like in my PowerPoint, prefer the bigger size paper because then you have more room to work. I'm showing you on a smaller size paper just so that it's easy to see and navigate on Zoom. So first step, you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it hamburger style in half and make sure folds are really nice and even. Like take your time making sure they line up, because otherwise it's a little frustrating when you start folding it and it.
Are you folding it in half the long way or short way?
I always call it hamburger style with the kid. The fat way along the width.
But the long, like this,
Oh, other way, Mom.
Other way.
other way.
That's not really long run, but okay. After you're done folding it in half, you're gonna fold it to the middle. So your outer edge will fold into your middle fold. Again, and then along that middle fold, and then crease. And you will do the same on the other side. So essentially, we just took our paper and got it in. And don't be afraid to to unmute yourself and tell me to slow down. Okay, next I'm going to do pretty much the same exact thing, but on the length, you're gonna fold it hot dog style in half. And even.
Never heard that before, hamburger style or hot dog. All right.
Yeah, so the hot dog is like, I'm holding a hot dog. I tell the kids it's like a longer one, and then hamburger is thicker. I think I had a, it kind of just stuck. Again, you'll unfold it, and then you'll fold each edge in towards the middle. Making it into quarters. So and this is 9-12 paper, so that's why my. Okay. So in order to fold correct, I have the kids make sure you have your paper lengthwise in front of you going up.
Your sound is breaking up again. I don't know what's happening. So you said to have it straight up a long way in front of you.
Yes, have it long ways in front of you. Then make sure you have a pencil and that you're drawing very lightly for the next part. So I'm going to marker so that y'all can see easier. You're going to start in the far right bottom fold.
In other words, the bottom right.
Yes, bottom right, that right fold. You're going to start there with your pencil, again, lightly with the pencil, not with a marker. You're going to go 3 sections up and take your pencil and draw 3 sections up. And go 2 to the left.
Draw the line in the fold.
Yes, drawing the line in the fold, lightly. And then you're gonna go 2 down.
Two down.
1.
I'm sorry, two down from where?
2 down from the last. So if you
On the left side, okay, two down.
kind of making a spiral. And you're gonna last go up. When you're done, you're gonna X in the bottom right-hand box and the middle box that's surrounded by 3 lines.
Would you repeat, please?
Okay, you're gonna put an X, or do you want me to repeat all of this?
I've got the 3 boxes up line on the right side and 2 boxes down on the left. That's where I am.
Okay, so you need to go 3 up, and then you're gonna go 2 over to the left from there. Along.
Okay, so you're meeting the other line. I'm asking you because I can't see it clearly.
Look at the screen.
Okay, yep. All right, so two boxes over to meet the other line, and then
And then 1
in.
and 1.
Okay, okay.
So 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then those that are ready, you go ahead and cut along your line that you created. And try to cut right in that fold.
This is so cool.
It's kind of an alternative to the zine that we've all done.
Mm-hmm. What's really cool too is usually the kids fold it up and they work from, obviously from each little piece as they go. And then every once in a while, the kids will unfold it back to the original form that it's in right now. And they were seeing how their drawings can go. And a bit like this, I had one kid who drew a skull across all 4 boxes. And he had like flames coming from it. And then all of these surrounding boxes kind of went with the theme. But he chose to leave it open most of the time and use the 4 middle ones together. So you can do that. Okay. Is everybody kind of ready to go? Next one?
Not quite.
I will give you.
Like magic.
Okay. So these X's that I had you mark is where your covers are. Those 2 X's are going to mark where your covers are going to eventually go. So you're going to cover those X's, and that's why I tell like everybody about just mark to your paper. It's fine. Those are going to be covered. That's where your cover ends up going. You're going to take your X and you're going to fold it backwards to start off. And as you're folding the book, you want to make sure that at all times you can see this X. And you're going to fold it back and forth like an accordion. The corners are the hardest, So make sure you don't fold that X to where it can't be seen. Make sure that you see that X that whole time. Back and forth, back and forth. And then when you're done, you should see an X on one side and an X on the other side.
Can I see the X diagram again, please?
Yes.
Bottom right. I can't see it. It's weird. I can only see the two that are dark. Is it just two that you did?
Only two. So this one should have an X and this one should have an X.
Okay, I thought there were more. Okay.
So you have an accordion book. Then tell the kids, make sure you don't draw on the X because that's what we cover, and your first 2 pages are when you open it up. And then next 2, and then it switches. And then it goes back to long ways, switches, long ways, and some kids, what they'll do to make sure that they're only working on one side of the book, some of them are OCD and just want to work. Like if you want to work on one side of the book, that's totally fine. Or if you want to fill it, that works. But I'll have some who will mark page 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll write really small and they'll just make a mark so that way they know that they're working on the right side of the book. Okay, so for the cover, like I said, cover, you can either make your covers and put them on right away, or you can wait. And I usually try to use cardboard. I'll save like my cereal boxes. I'll have kids bring in cereal boxes. And most of the time we use those because it's free and cheap. The other way is Amazon has like a pack of 500 like super lightweight chipboard, and I want to say it's like $10 or something, and I've bought that before if I didn't have enough cardboard. So FYI, you can get some free to cheap stuff either via thin cardboard from cereal boxes or Amazon. So your cover. Now, I know everybody had different size paper. Your cover needs to be and you're gonna measure
It needs to, wait, it needs to be what? Sorry.
for your cover. First step is to measure how big your accordion book is when it's folded up. So how much across? Mine is 2 1/4 by 3. All right, so this is the size that I just measured of my accordion book. Yours is probably different unless you use the same size paper I did. You're going to add 1/4 to 1/2, whatever you find is easiest for you. I added 1/4. I added 1/4 inch, and I made mine 1/4 inch bigger on each measurement. So if you have 2 1/4 by 3, then make it 2 1/2 by 3 1/4.
Kaylee, somebody asked if you could show how it opens or closes again from the closed book.
Okay, so here's my covers on each side. This is your first page and your second page. And then you turn it over to this next group. And then it naturally to this one. Whoa.
So
And then,
direction.
yeah, so it does switch directions. So you'll have groups of long ways, and then I have, I have a book-like page, and then I should have two. So I think it's 2 long ways, book-like, 2 long ways, book-like, and then 2 long ways again.
Thank you.
Very clever.
And if you, like I said, if you get lost and you don't know which way it turns, I have the kids unfold it back to this, and I'll have them write down a little 1, 2, 3, or I've had kids just put an X. So then they'll have a little X in the corner knowing that's one side of the book. So if you see X's, then it's on one side. If you don't see X's, then it's your other side of your accordion book. All right, so with your cover for your cereal box portion or your chipboard, whatever you have, add a 1/4 inch, or you could add up to a 1/2 inch. I just did a 1/4 inch. And then you take your ruler, measure out that 2.5 by 3/4. Or if you had, let's see, does anybody have a measurement they want to put out there?
Four and a half by 6.
So 4.5 by 6. If your cover, your chipboard would then be 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. The hidden because I'm making math, but it's fine. And then your ruler, measure out what you just calculated. So for, is it Roberta who I just did? It would be 3/4 and 1/4. And then once you've measured out those, you can cut them. Again, you've got 2 covers, so make sure you measure it out twice.
One down, 1 to go.
I will be right back.
And if anybody has any questions, let me know. Or
I
if
have
you
a
want,
question. Can I ask a quick question?
yeah.
And I apologize. I came late to the game.
Yeah.
And I'm diligently trying to fold my paper to make it look like your paper.
Okay.
Where did you cut?
Okay, so this line right here is where I cut. So if you folded it in quarters, this way you go 3 up, 2 over, 2 down, 1 over, 1 up. Along. And you're
Hang on, let me do a screenshot. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I tried to fold it like a zine and that didn't work.
No, they're a little different. Okay, if you're ready, and I'll repeat this because I know some of y'all probably aren't cutting. Your paper or your fabric, whatever you have chosen, then 3/4 to an inch larger to be easy on the kids or yourself. I would say yourself an inch. So if my cover right now is or my cereal box chipboard is 2.5 by 3.25, then it's going to now be 3.5 by 4.25. Now for covers, a lot of times I pre-cut these for the kids, and then I only make them measure whatever they want to use or whatever they bring in for the pretty part of their cover.
You don't add that inch on each side. It's just all together an inch larger all around,
Yeah, it's just an inch altogether.
all together.
Yep. So yours was 4 3/4 and 1/4. You're going to now be 5 3/4 and 7.
Can you show again how you fold the paper, the white paper? Is there?
Yes.
Thank you.
So let me unfold mine.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay. So here is my big paper.
Yes.
And then you're going to start in this corner.
Yes.
That you're going to fold the X back. And at all times, you want to be able to see this X. And you're going to go back and forth, forth, back, forth, forth, back, forth. And if you turn the corner and you can't see the X, let's say we're in the corner, you fold this way, X is visible, fold it the other way so you can see that X going back and forth. You should have side.
Thank you.
Okay, did you get it?
I'm working on it. I folded my paper completely opposite, so it's all good. It's all good.
It is confusing at first. A lot of the kids will open and close it multiple times so that they understand spatially where they're at.
It's a really great project.
Yes, I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, so if you are still working on cutting your covers, again, cereal box will work, or chipboard, very thin. And then you can use scrapbook paper, you can use fabric. If you use fabric, I would suggest sided tape. You can just use colored paper, or white paper. I've had kids use just white paper and then draw on it and make their own cover. So it's completely up to you. There are lots of options.
You could use newspaper too.
Yeah, you could use newspaper. That might be a little thin. Like it would wear easy over time, I would think.
Yeah, I'd probably double it.
Yeah.
And what's really nice is also handmade paper, like rice papers or Indian printed papers. Maybe that's what you meant by scrapbooking papers with all the different textures.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pack of these guys, which I like to use with different patterns and everything, so, and textures as well.
Yeah, I bought a pack on Amazon of handmade paper.
Yeah, that's what I did. I love them.
Textures are amazing.
They're excellent for collage.
Paint chips seem to be working well.
Paint chips
It's-
too.
Oh yeah, those are my free art supplies, paint chips.
I definitely go to Lowe's like once a month and grab paint chips. Like I'm gonna paint my house, and it just goes.
It's the
I
best.
do that too.
Oh, if you're ready, again, I'll repeat it if I need to. You're going to take your glue and cover one side of your cereal box or chipboard, whatever material you had. And then you're going to place that on your scrapbook or textured paper or newspaper or fabric. Glue it down in the middle. And I did not do an inch, so that's why it's a little thinner. Okay, and then we're gonna fold it like you would a book or a present. A lot of the times the kids say, oh, this is how my mom folds our Christmas presents. So you're going to fold two sides, whichever side you want, across from each other. And then you're going to glue those down. And fold the other down, make a triangle, and there. Make a triangle in the corner. And then glue it down. So that way it makes a nice little corner when it's folded.
Can you do that again, please?
Let me see. Hang on.
So first, we're only folding 2 opposite sides.
Yes. Fold the 2 opposite sides first, and then before you fold the other side, I'm going to have you make a triangle in the corner.
So corner to corner, make the 2 corners touch, like from the outside corner to the inside corner?
So this comes down and
Yeah.
lines with the edge of your cardboard.
Okay. So like wrapping a present.
Yes. It's just a very thin present. And then take your glue and glue that side down. Had I heard, this would be nice and neat, but it's still, you can see nice folded edge in the corner. Okay, so you should have what looks like this for a cover. And you'll do that for both of your covers. And then you're putting on the cover, make sure that you put the glue on your accordion book, not on your cover. And you're going to cover that X and put your accordion book right in. And then do the same on the other side. Make sure you put the glue on your accordion book over the X and not your cover. And then put your cover on. I try to tell the kids to line up the covers with each other and kind of do like you're stacking a deck of cards nice and even. Take your cover and make sure it's even with your other cover. while the glue is still.
I think I need a new glue stick.
All right, and then you should have, once you're done, your own accordion book.
Yay! Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This would be so great for the kids to do at home. The only problem is getting them the materials.
Yeah, they would need, well, the cereal box or any type of container. I've used regular cardboard too. It's just a little thicker, but regular cardboard does work.
But getting them a piece of white paper.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I took an environmental art workshop a few years ago and did the same project, but we did it with large posters. We have a store here called the Scrap Exchange where it's all donated items, and there are just like stacks of old posters. People have brought movie posters and things, and for nothing, pennies. And so the lady brought those just old, theater posters and things, and we just measured out the boxes and cut it and made these out of those giant posters, and just like an altered book,
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you would have to get them white paper. They would need, and then I mean, it's their own sketchbook at this point. I just kind of take the time to go through and show them different techniques that they can add in, like the marbling or the bubbles. Water. I really like doing the sewing in this book.
How would you do a sewing lesson in the book?
So the sewing, I have the kids pick, it has to be one of the middle pages. And Like this one, I sewed along the crease, but I've had others where I've sewn right through the middle. And what happens is we turn the back side where it's like obviously kind of a mess, and I have them cover it with like another piece of paper or something. And that'd be like a collage for that side. Cause I just warn them like, okay, you're gonna have a back side where you have, like you can see the from my other one. You'll have that show up. And so what are you gonna do to cover it up? And I'll have them like either glue in their, like they could have extra that they did on a piece of paper and they glue that into the book. Like this is an extra page that's not glued down very well to cover their sewing. And that's the most popular. Or I've had people use fabric and glue fabric over their embroidery string.
Sorry, my son just got home. How do you present, you showed us one that looked like string art before. How do you present that to the kids to do?
We go over like sewing techniques just on regular paper before we do it in the book. And I talk about like, if you sew from like this corner to this corner, and then you keep going to this square and you keep going up and down and across, you'll get a nice, from my presentation, if you remember, your string will go across the paper. So I talk about techniques, or like if you're doing embroidery, we go through a few easy embroidery stitches and they can add those in the book. So I kind of on it like do a side note, like a little demo at the beginning of class, and then kids can practice that demo on a piece of paper and then they can put it in their book.
Okay. So do you require for this project that the kids do like an assignment or a specific type of project per page or per 2 pages? Like do a collage and do a bubble or do a resist or do a, like that kind of sampling kind of a thing?
Yeah, I try to have them, and that's in my PowerPoint. I have like a checkoff list. And the first year I did the checkoff list where you had to have like 1 bubble painting, 1 drawing, or 2 drawings, 2 collages, 1 marbling. Had to have that somewhere in their book. And it ended up like probably finished on the one side when we were
Wait,
other
cut out. You said they probably ended up having what on one side?
about % of their book is finished when I require like, and you'll see the requirements on the PowerPoint because it was like drawings, 2 collages, 1 marbling, 1 bubble drawing. So we go through, and once they do that, like one side of the book is about 80% finished. And some work faster and some work slower. So my fast workers will cover the whole book, or my slow workers may not get all the way through, and I kind of talk with them. I'm a pretty flexible teacher, so I just go with the flow. And because I've got some take a week on just 2 pages, and I'm gonna, if it's glorious and they're taking their time, then I'm not gonna count points for them.
Right.
So it just kind of depends.
What size paper is the bigger one you showed us?
This one is 22 by 30.
Okay, so watercolor size, the big.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
The Strathmore 300 series, I think that's like their main big size, and that's what I buy.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And then also gotten, if I didn't have it in the budget, I've gotten like 18 by 24. I think I've done like more squarish paper before, where it was like 22 by 24 or something. So it really can be anything because you're just folding it in half and in quarters.
Right. That's great. I still haven't got a clue how to open it or how to work with it, but I'll have to look at it again a couple of times.
Yeah, if you want to, with the cover now, try to open it up completely.
Yeah, what I did was what you told me, or what you told us earlier. I just undid the whole thing and put little X's so I'll know which ones are on which, all on the front, like one side.
Yeah, and that takes, like, every time I make a new sketchbook for myself using this, I put X's on it because I still will open it up wrong, or I'll do it upside down. And I'm like, ah! So I always put X's on every single corner.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. It's really fun.
I love this.
I wanted to know how to get my kids sketchbooks because because there's no budget. So this is a fabulous way to do this.
Yeah,
I have a question. Is there any way of changing the proportions if you want a square book, for example?
yeah,
Or is
need
it
square.
always the same proportion as what we just did?
No, you can buy any size you want and just make your square book. So if you wanted to make a book that was 24, it would fold down into what's 24 divided by 4.
You have to start with a square.
You
Yeah, you
start
just
with
have-
a square.
Yeah, it would come down 6 by 6, right?
Yeah, 6 by 6. There you go. Thank you. I'm not great at math. There we go.
Yeah, artists can escape that, right?
This is great.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
I have a feeling my ladies group that I'm teaching where I live would like this too.
Probably, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, except some who can't measure. Like
Yeah.
the lady that made the concave for the neurographic drawing at the intersection, she made them bubble out instead of in. No matter what I said, it didn't help.
Yeah, I definitely know how to use their book.
They like this.
This is great. So the PowerPoint can be found in the Google Drive folder that we made. And I believe I sent everybody a link to our Google Drive folder where we can find the resources for these lessons. So if anybody needs that link, make sure you email me and I will send that to you as well.
Okay, hopefully I did email. Let me see if it did.
So now it's just playtime, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm about to. That should point in the chat.
Oh, my email, sorry. My email. Okay, here, for those of you who don't have my email, I'll highlight my. Here is my email.
I'm gonna try emailing you again.
mndnspirit@aol.com.
Okay.
So if you email me, I'll add you and then I'll send you the links to the Google Drive.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
I think
If you use the PowerPoint, I just ask that you please copy the PowerPoint and then make it your own if you're going to edit it.
okay. Thank you. That's very generous of you to share that with us.
Well, right now we all have to share our best ideas because we're kind of all scrambling for the new situation in the world.
I just found out today that I can't give my kids any materials.
At all?
They won't let them come to the school and get it. So,
Oh my God.
so back to where I was when we left school last time.
I just found out we're supposed to go back face to face 5 days a week. Or
Where do you live? Where do you teach?
in New York, Yonkers.
5
Wow.
days a week?
The kids are going to alternate. We have to be there every day.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Oh my God.
That's not going to last very long. You know that.
I'm gonna just,
I have a feeling if we open, they're going to shut down right away, or they're
Yeah.
going to close everything at the last minute because it's just it's too much. It's too much to. You can't consider every possible scenario. It's just I don't know how to do it. I just don't.
Who does? Who does?
I go back Monday, so
Did you guys see
Sure.
Fauci, what he said on AFT with, did you see that meeting?
oh, I didn't
Yeah.
see the whole thing.
What did
He,
Fauci say?
he said that we are basically going to be an experiment.
Oh, geez.
And
We're gonna be
he
guinea
said,
pigs.
he was asked what we should wear, and he said that we should wear gloves. Get this, of course you know, gloves, a mask, goggles, face shield, tie your hair back.
Yep.
Either get the paper PPE, which probably nobody can get their hands on. And if
Right.
you can't get the hospital paper PPE, then you're supposed to wear an outfit that before you leave work, you
Take
go
off.
after the kids are gone, you go to the bathroom, you change your clothes so that when you get in your car or however you get home, you're not taking it, you put it in a plastic bag, which of course is not omnipresent anymore. Put it in a plastic bag, put it in your car, and then dump everything in the wash at the end of the week, is what he said. And
Oh
he's,
my
and
God.
gloves, we're supposed to wear gloves. I didn't even think that teachers are supposed to wear gloves because how do you do anything with gloves as a teacher?
Right.
As an art teacher? I wonder.
That was really interesting. He said we're going to be experiments. Yeah.
We
Who
can't do
said
that
this?
without training. And we have to have masks, gloves, face shields.
And then goggles over your eyes or even over your glasses, because glasses are not enough. It has to be, and I ordered a pair of goggles from on Amazon because I have a lot, because of my work, I have the goggles that cover my face, but they have the holes in the top. So I ordered a pair that doesn't have the holes, and then it came all wonky. The plastic, the silicone is all, it doesn't fit to my face. So my only solution I'm thinking is to warm it up in warm water and put it on my face. But yeah, I mean, and then, you know, the kids, I don't know where you're working, but a lot of the kids are not going to need to wear masks. And I heard on NPR today, which is why I was late driving home, that a lot of teachers are just either, of course, quitting, retiring, taking a leave, you know, or striking, you know, I don't know. And we all know any school district that provides PPE is going to be the cheapest stuff on the market, right? They're not going to get anything of quality if they.
Brilliant. Anyway, guys, I'm going to run, but thank you so much. And I'm very happy to meet everybody. Thank you a lot.
Hope you join us next week. Thank you.
I will.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Fun.
And thank you to Stephanie.
Thank you. Good luck, Kristen.
Thank you
Thanks,
both.
Kaylee.
Stay safe, guys.
It was
Bye.
great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice book.
Thank you.
It was
I love it. This is so
Nice.
cute.
Yeah,
I like your.
Wow.
you're fantastic. I love this. I'm going to do this semester.
I had to figure out how to get my kids to do it because having sketchbooks was a big problem, or having the right paper for them at home.
I don't like this glue stick. I use the glue stick and it's very sticky. It's all over my hands.
Good that it's sticky.
I'd rather use Elmer's and spread it out with a brush or a paper
Yeah.
towel.
That's what I normally do.
It's
I have
more
to go
mess.
get cleaned. Look at that.
They could use copy paper, but it would be about the size of mine, which is tiny.
Yeah, that would be super
Easy.
tiny.
Yeah. I've seen where they've done like this kind of easy folding copy paper in half, stapling it together, sewing it together, or whatever, but I don't know.
I've done accordion, not quite like this, but I would have my painting students do their watercolor techniques in each square.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what I really like doing the watercolor is then you can use like acrylics on it, you could use it watercolor, you could do all of the wet techniques.
It's
Essentially.
great for multimedia. It's thick enough and it won't disintegrate when you do it on pages. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I will say though, if you're doing like wet media, just make sure in your head that you plan for how the books are going to be stored. And if they're, yeah, because they have to be open, and then of course they take up more room, and so they don't work on drying racks very well. So you have to be careful. That's why I kind of set it up in stations where some kids are drawing, some kids are sewing and all of that. So that way it's not overloaded.
Very good point. Thank you. I guess if they're doing it at home, then they'll have to just leave it open wherever they work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I would think that I don't understand why the schools can't allow the kids to pick up materials. Because I would think they would have to do stuff for other classes too. And at least in Texas, they're saying we're still, like, UIL is practicing and kids are coming up to the school. So I'm like, they can come up for that, then they can come up for materials.
I know, it's like maddening. Like they're still allowing kids to come pick up laptops now.
So if they pick up a
What's
laptop,
the difference between a laptop that you're using and our materials that you're going to use for the class?
yeah,
They said, well, it hasn't been approved by the district, so we can't do it.
okay, well, what do I need to do to approve it?
Whether the school is going to be open at all, you know, or like have the alternating days and whatnot. So if they're coming to school anyway, then we'll distribute them. But
We are all online. We're strictly
Yeah.
online.
if you're not opening at all, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we open, then I can give everybody a kit
Yeah.
and then they'll have it no matter what happens, but only if we open.
So we're supposed to give them a list and hope the parents can buy it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
A lot of teachers in our district are banding together and trying to get community people to support the cost of supplies just for classrooms, and trying to get and then doing distribution at the food sites, because we pass out food, so that's where they're going to pass out the supplies. But, you know, the parents have to get to the food and not all of our buses and trains are running. So I
Right.
don't know.
Well, I think they're, where I'm at, they're going to be supposedly busing the kids that are on, have the lunch, that get the free lunch, busing them to school in the morning and then busing them back after they eat breakfast. So we're starting school like later.
That's good.
Wow.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go. If you have any questions or need me to explain anything, just don't be afraid to email me. My email's on that PowerPoint.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Are the mandalas next week?
I'm sorry?
Are the mandalas next week?
No, that's on the 13th. Next week is the diptych, the Zentangle-ish diptych. And I'm doing the mandala the week after. And then actually Nancy is doing jelly print.
Well, check your, did you see your, can you stay on a second, Steph? Because I've gone to 5 grocery stores and 2 Targets, and Amazon is the only place to get gelatin if people are going to make their jelly print plates. So
Okay.
the cost of the jelly plate, if you order it, is, I don't know, $25. I ordered one a while ago.
I have
But
some.
to make it now, they don't sell that. You can't get gelatin anywhere because, yeah, it's out in all the stores. And then on Amazon, you can get it, but then you have to buy like $17 worth or something. So
Might try Michael's also for the jelly plates themselves.
They don't have them.
They don't carry them?
No.
Huh.
I had to go to Blick Art to get mine.
Blick has everything.
Yeah, but if people don't want to buy it and want to make it, I was trying to
Yeah.
see if I could support homemade ones, because then people can teach the kids to make it.
Right.
But but everything on Amazon now, there's no small amounts of packets. It's all just big packets. So,
Well, what I can do in the next mailing is put the word out if they want to participate in the jelly printing, to order ASAP for,
Yeah.
for the home.
okay.
Supplies are gotten in advance.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. All right, I guess we can call it an evening if everybody's good. And if anybody is starting school this week, anybody? Oh my God, good luck, Lee.
Monday.
Good luck, good luck. I hope we see you Thursday. You might need it.
Bye-bye, whoever's leaving.
Thank you, Stephanie, for organizing all this.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's my eraser?